Gift of faith to believe. The mountain wasn't made of rock and soil. It was a diagnosis, a prognosis, a future that felt like it was closing in. These words echoed in my mind, not as a command, but as a lifeline. Receive the gift of faith to believe. I had been trying so hard to muster belief. I'd clenched my fists and repeated the verse, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours," until the words felt empty. I was trying to manufacture a feeling of certainty, and with every failed attempt, the mountain seemed to grow taller. But that morning I finally stopped trying. I admitted the truth. "God," I whispered, the words scraping out from a place of raw exhaustion, "I don't have this faith. I can't make myself believe. But your word says it's a gift. So right now, I'm asking. I'm opening my empty hands. I receive it. Holy Spirit, give me the faith to believe you have heard me." It wasn't a lightning strike. It was a quiet settling, like a key turning in a long locked door. A simple, solid assurance descended on my spirit, a gift, not something I'd built myself. The mountain was still there on the horizon, but it no longer loomed over me. I had been given the grace to be assured. I knew, with a confidence that wasn't my own, that God was at work, even though nothing in my circumstances had changed. In that assurance, I found a second grace, the grace to be patient. The anxious need to see the answer now melted away. The waiting period suddenly felt purposeful, not a delay, but a season. It was a space for me to grow in this new, given faith and for God to be glorified in His perfect timing. Then came the most surprising grace. My phone buzzed. It was a message from a friend, her own burden laid bare in a text. Before, I would have scrolled past, too consumed by my own need to pray for another's. But the gift of faith was already there, a living thing inside me. I felt the gentle nudge to act on the promise. I received the grace to pray for her now, not from a place of my own spiritual power, but from the confidence that the same God who was hearing my prayer was listening to this one too. And as I prayed, the words felt clumsy. My own desires were still a tangled mess. But I remembered the final grace. I didn't have to have the perfect words or even the perfect desire. I could depend on the Spirit's prayer. I trusted that my simple, faith-filled groan, "God, help her," was being carried by the Holy Spirit, translated into a perfect intercession before the throne. I ended my prayer and opened my eyes. The mountain was still there, but I was no longer at its foot, trying to push it aside. I was standing on it, held by a faith that was given, not earned, and resting in the grace of a promise already answered in heaven, making its way to earth.